If you own a home in Central Georgia, somewhere between Atlanta and Macon, or if you're thinking of moving into the area soon, then you're probably watching the market to see what's going on with real estate. Now that the year is over, I can give you my insights on trends from December 2024. And make sure you watch the whole video because I'm going to speak directly to buyers and sellers at the end with tips on ways to make great real estate decisions right now. Okay, so let's start with the big picture and then we'll get into specifics. Now remember, I'm going to be talking about the area that most people consider South Metro Atlanta in Central Georgia. It's roughly between Atlanta and Macon, and I primarily focus on single residential properties. My passion is homeownership, so I love to dig into that information. I am always here to answer questions about other properties too. Now in December, we had about 4.5 months of supply on the market. Months of supply is a measure of how long it would take for all the residential properties on the market to sell, assuming that no new ones were listed, and it's based on the current sales pace. It's a key metric that we look at to determine how balanced supply and demand are right now. Now, as with all things real estate, you have to reflect on how it's changing over time in order to get a clear picture of what's going on. December is down slightly from last month's 4.9 months. I think that's simply because the number of newly listed homes systematically drops in December. I don't believe this slight drop is a good indicator of a shift in supply or demand. Now, the average price for a home in Central Georgia is down slightly to $364,000. November was at $370,000, and in December 2023, the average was at $361,000. So if you look at the long-term average, the price really isn't dropping. You do have to remember that this area is relatively expansive with many different markets within it. When you drill down into the areas I specialize in, you get a little bit better insight. Butts County average price dropped by 5.1%, Jasper by 7.6%, and Henry by 4.1%. But some counties didn't follow that trend. Lamar County increased by 9.3%, Monroe by 6.5%, and Spalding by a whopping 15.4%. The strong increase in Spalding comes from two different things. There were more homes sold in general, and the homes that sold shifted from more affordable homes to mid-range and luxury homes. Now, the list-to-sale price ratio in December was right at 100%, so buyers were paying about what sellers were asking. The ratio decreased from November's 110%, where homes were selling a little above the list price. That indicates a shift towards less aggressive bidding and/or better price listings. Now, if you compare to December 2023's nearly identical ratio, you can see the purchase price versus list prices are holding steady year after year, at least during the holiday season when buyers are likely paying close attention to list price and what they're going to have to spend in order to buy a home. Knowing how long it'll take your home to sell is essential for planning, so let's talk days on market. In December, a home was on the market for an average of 58 days. In November, it was 56, which was up slightly from October's average of 52 days. This time of year, it's normal for homes to sit a little while longer. People are generally focused on holiday plans and celebrations, and they have a tendency to want to hold on to their money. The December 2023 average, though, was only 38 days. So we're looking at a 50% increase, and that is not insignificant. It's safe to say the market has slowed and things are taking longer to move. Now, when you look at county by county breakdown, the assessment gets even more interesting. Butts and Lamar counties had the most significant deceleration. Each of these two counties required at least double the amount of time to sell compared to the previous year. Spalding, Henry, and Jasper were fairly in line with the overall trend. Lamar, however, went the other way. The market moved slightly faster in December 2024 than December 2023. So every time you turn on the news, you're hit with speculation about interest rates. To hear some tell it, the rates were going to drop 4 or 5 times last year, and that absolutely did not happen. In November, rates were fairly stable and fell between 6.8% and 7%. December saw a little more activity with rates dropping down around 6.5% early in the month, but by the end of the month, they climbed back to about 6 3/4. The speculation now is that the rates may drop some, but will likely stay between 6 and 7% over the course of the next year. So what does this mean for buyers? Waiting for rates to drop significantly may not be the best strategy. You may want to lock in a rate now and refinance if rates drop in the future. The market is still moving, and savvy buyers are finding opportunities despite rate fluctuations. The December 2024 real estate market in Central Georgia continued to slow down. It's important to remember that's normal for the holiday season, and even worse in election years. Since this is the end of the year, I do want to drill down into some specifics of the areas I specialize in. Let me start by speaking directly to buyers. Buyers, if you're looking to move to Central Georgia and you need to find some affordable home options, you really should focus on Spalding, Lamar, and Butts counties. Spalding County offers the most affordable median home prices. On top of that, the market in Spalding has stabilized, so you're less likely to see huge price jumps, and there are lots of options in the $250,000 range. Lamar County is affordable and growing steadily. It's true that the prices here have increased, but homes are still far more affordable here than in other nearby counties. And homes here are taking longer to sell, so sellers are more open to negotiations or concessions. Butts County has seen a drop in median home prices and an increase in the time homes are sitting on the market. Buyers looking here will have an opportunity to find deals. In general, no matter which county you're looking in, you're going to want to focus on homes that have been on the market for 40 days or more. Sellers are more motivated after their property's been sitting on the market for a few weeks. If you're in the luxury market as a buyer, so you're looking for homes at $500,000 or more, you should look in Monroe County for a well-established luxury market and a steady supply of homes at that price point. In Monroe, you should look at newly listed luxury homes because homes priced correctly tend to sell quickly. The Henry County luxury market has the largest inventory in the area, so the market's a little more competitive, but if you watch for price reductions for homes that have been sitting on the market for 45 days or more, you're probably going to find an opportunity to negotiate a better deal. Jasper County is a hidden little place with a market for luxury properties that are more peaceful and secluded. Homes at the luxury price point with large lots or acreage included are not uncommon. And Lamar County does seem to have a growing luxury market, so don't overlook it either. Now I want to speak to sellers. Sellers, I cannot overstate how important it is to price your home competitively from the start. Homes across all of these counties are sitting on the market longer and longer. Having a smart pricing strategy from the beginning is essential if you really want to sell. And if you do go on the market and you're not seeing great activity within the first 10 days, you need to reach back out to your agent to strategize again. At 10 days with little activity, you might want to go ahead and drop the price to get qualified buyers looking at your home. Now in Butts County and Jasper County, sellers may want to consider small upgrades to the home before you even list. There seems to be a buyer hesitation here, so making small, effective upgrades and curb appeal improvements could really help your home stand out more and attract buyers. And finally, inventory in Henry and Monroe counties is rising, so you're going to feel more competition here. Offering buyer incentives like rate buy-downs or closing cost assistance could attract offers faster and get your home sold. Now, the market's always moving, and whether you're planning to buy, sell, or just keep tabs on your home's value, knowing what's really happening is the key to making smart moves. Here's the thing, these numbers, they're just a part of the story. Every property and situation is a little bit different, and that's where the real insight happens. So if you're wondering how all of this affects you, let's talk. No pressure, no obligation, just real advice to help you make confident decisions. My info is below so you can reach me anytime. So reach out and let me lend a hand.